Hello, believers, non-believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time. What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stories with Sapphire Live. I'm Sapphire Sandalo, and this is the live stream I do every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I think I need to move my mic a little bit closer. For some reason, my thing is never straight anymore. That's okay. Well, welcome. I feel like I'm always loopy during these because it's like at this weird time, like right before dinner. So I get really hungry. And so I kind of scarfed some snacks down before, but it hasn't hit me yet. So I still feel a little like, ugh. Anyways, that's not why you're here. This is a live stream I do every Wednesday. I read your emails and your stories that may not make it into the podcast. And then at the very end of the stream, what is this loose tendril? I pull a card from one of my oracle decks. This time we are pulling from the Wild Mystic because this is my current favorite one right now. All right. So in the title I put the Red Room. If you remember, I did do a something scary episode of the classic Red Room creepypasta. Is it a creepypasta or just an internet story? And then there's someone sent an email called Red Room. I don't know if it's that story, but if it is, we're gonna read it anyway. All right. Oh, let me say hi to everyone who's here at the beginning. Toasty24 Meh, Andrea Canada Todd 2, Apathic Drip, Mikey C, Help Moonchi, Lee, The Pro Poopy Man, Adam Lombardo, Moonchi, Mexican, Smiley Face, Goody TFTY, Drew C, Hey Nardo, Starfruit, Cole Rosa, Slender Man's Kneecaps. Welcome! All right, let's get into it. This one is from Eric. It was a very late night. I was about to visit a family member to stay with them for the holidays, but I needed a place to stay for the night. Luckily, there was a hotel nearby. Oh, I think I know this one. I went to get a room for one night and then continued to my sister's house. When I arrived, I went to the receptionist to get a room. He gave me a room key that had the numbers 132. I was happy with it, but then my excitement dropped when he warned me about next door. He told me to ignore everything that I heard in it or anything that seemed out of the ordinary. I asked why. He said there was a woman who was beaten to death by her husband. People who stay in that room or near the room claim to see her. Sometimes they would hear her cry. I settled in and got to bed. After a little while, I heard noises, banging, knocking, crying. I did as I was told and tried to ignore the noises, but they were getting too loud. I decided to peek from a little hole right in the floor that showed the next room. There was red. Everything was red with just a little black furniture or whatever. I couldn't describe what I saw. I went to the receptionist to tell him about this, and I could see the smile on his face slowly drop. He said, "Ma'am, that was probably one of her eyes. She was beaten to death by a crowbar, and one of the hits bashed her her skull. Oof. Live stream read. Yeah, so this is similar to another story that I knew when I was in high school, that I'm sure you have heard of. The red, I think it's also called, I think it's called the peephole, where it's like someone staying in a motel, and then every time they pass this room next to theirs, they hear like a little girl singing. They like peek through the little keyhole and they see this little girl singing, and it happens multiple times within one time. They peek in and then it's just red. And then they tell the receptionist, and then the receptionist is like, oh, that little girl was this albino girl, and she died in there, and she was known for her singing and her red eyes. And then, like, the whole creepiness of it is that, you know, she was looking right back at you. That creeped me the crap out when I was a kid. So I don't know if any of you have heard of that. But yeah, this story reminded me of that. So it's cool that there's, like, multiple versions. Okay. Ooh, this is a creepy sound. Let's do... Oh, boy. Is anyone good at interpreting dreams? Because I had a weird dream last night. And everything I found online is not helpful. I found like a mix of things. I had this very specific part of the dream where like I hacked up something in my mouth, and so I went to the bathroom, I spit it out, and then there was like blood, but then also like black blood that started coming out of my mouth. And I was like, oh no, black blood. That means that it's like old blood. So if anyone wants to interpret that. I know vomiting in dreams is good because it's like you're trying to purge something that's no longer good for you. Like vomit is good because it's trying to protect you, even though it sucks. All right, this one's called Don't Whistle at Night, and this is from Arbor. This is a story that my grandpa used to tell me whenever I used to whistle at night. There once was a little boy that used to love whistling. He would whistle all the time. The little boy's parents used to send the boy to do the laundry at night. Back then, they didn't have the technology, so they used to dry the clothes outside. The boy's house was at the end of the neighborhood, but not the last one. The last one was next to him, though. That house was abandoned and said to be filled with demons that used to haunt it. And every time they used to send the boy to grab the laundry, he always saw the house. He always heard noises from the house, but he didn't think anything of it, except every time he started whistling, he heard the noises start coming to him. My grandpa said it used to attract the demons at night. One time, the boy was with his friends, and they asked the boy, "What's up at the haunted house next to yours?" And the boy started to tell them that every time he whistles at night, doing the laundry, he hears loud sounds that start following him. The boy's friends started laughing and thought he was joking, but when they saw the boy's seriousness, they stopped. And they thought, what if they broke into the house at night? The boy begged them not to do it, but not doing it would mean the boy was a chicken. And at the end, the boy agreed. They all met up at the boy's porch. After the boy finished his laundry, they broke into the house and agreed to start whistling a song if anything happened, and everyone split up. The boy went into a room and heard something. He got scared, so he hid in a closet and started whistling. Everyone started screaming. The next day, all the boy's friends were found dead, and the boy missing. That family sold the house to my family, and I myself used to love whistling, but stopped because I started hearing a little boy whistling. A little confusingly written, but still creepy. I actually don't know how to whistle. I have no idea how people do it. I mean, this is my best attempt, okay? Shut the fuck up. That was the first time I ever actually whistled. You caught it here first, folks. Is it considered nighttime right now? Maybe not. The sun's still up. Wow, wow, wow. All right. That was very special. What time is it? 5:54. Okay. Let's get another little. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one does not have a title, but they want to remain anonymous. Hello, Sapphire. I have a story, but would prefer to remain anonymous. Please keep in mind that this story happened nearly 6 years ago, so I may not have a detailed description of this event. Here's a little pre-story information. My grandfather died 5 years ago before I was born. Oh, not. I was like, wait, you're 5? My grandfather died 5 years before I was born. I have never met him. This will prove important later in my story. When I was around the age of 8, my mother, my younger brother, and I flew back to our home country, Vietnam, to celebrate Lunar New Year with the rest of our family on my mom's side. I was very excited because the last time I went to Vietnam, I was barely 2, so I didn't remember anyone or anything. While I was there, I met my niece, who was around my age. Being young, we connected very easily. One night, my mother was in the front of the altar, which was located in the bedroom the 3 of us were sleeping in. I asked her what she was doing, and she simply said that she was praying. I asked to join her, and she lit a match for me. Not sure what exactly went through my little 8-year-old head, but for some reason, I wished for my grandfather to come back. Skip forward to the following morning. My niece was alone in the bedroom. I left the door open earlier as I was heading towards the bathroom. I was walking out of the bathroom, about to head upstairs to the room, which was right at the top of the stairs, when she ran to me, sobbing uncontrollably. She was wiping her tears as she told me about her weird encounter. She told me I was playing a game in the room when suddenly the door slammed shut. I would have seen and heard if someone went up the stairs. Could it be a ghost? I told her, "You're being silly. Ghosts don't exist." Then I tried my best to comfort her. The next morning, both of us were in the same room, and once again, the door slammed shut. Both of us ran out of the room in fear. I shouted for my mother to come look at the room. She reluctantly went up the long stairs and went into the room. We waited for a moment, and she walked out, looking confused. "Girls," she said, "I think I just saw my father." End. And this is my story. I'm not sure how to explain anything. Thank you, Sapphire. Well, thank you, Anonymous. That was a very classic ghost story, and I love it. Thank you, Adam Lombardo, for directing people in the right direction. Because why are people still asking me that? Why? Also, can I just say, it is so funny when I see comments or messages that are like, "I had no idea where you were." Like, if you literally Google my name, you can easily find me and what I'm up to. So it's not a good excuse. Anyway. All right. I think we've got time for one more short boy. Not that one. No. Oh, man. I'll tell you all a hint. And I don't know why I'm like this, but when people put in their email, "Can you animate this?" or like, "Please, like, use this story," or like, I don't know, in a way, like, it always comes off as like, I know that's not the intention, but in my brain, I always read it as like demanding, and then I ignore the email. So this is a hint for all of you people in the live stream who ever want to submit something. Just send the story. Don't tell me what to do with it. Because there's something in my brain that makes me go, "No, I'm not going to do it now that you told me to do it." I don't know why I'm like this. Is anyone in the chat like that? I don't know why. For some reason, I read it as like, you're being really demanding and you can't tell me what to do. So dumb. Anyways, thought I'd share that with you. Let's see. This one's short. All right, here we go. All right, this one is from, I don't know how to say this name. Oh, hey, at the Sapphire, my name is Cephas, and I'm from the Philippines. Excuse me. I want to say I'm a fan of yours ever since your Snarled era. You're one of my inspirations to become a horror story writer in the future. Aw, yay. I would like to share an experience of my friend. The names in this story have been changed for privacy reasons, so here it goes. My friend, let's call her Lily, slept in her aunt's house. She was sleeping with her cousin in a guest room. Let's call her Ava. She had a hard time sleeping, so she went to her cousin's room where Lily's parents were sleeping. Let's call the mother Liz and the father Mike. She woke her mother up. Lily asked her mom if she could sleep with her. Liz said, okay. In the morning, Liz talked to Lily. Hey, why did you and Ava sleep with me? Liz asked. Lily was shocked. She couldn't speak. After a few seconds, she told her mom that it was only her. Oh, Liz said. Lily told me that her mother and her grandmother could see ghosts. She told me that they suspected that there was a ghost that was mimicking them in that house. Lily's family called the ghost Mimi. Mimi hasn't hurt them. At the Sapphire, what do you think is happening? Ooh, you know what? Something kind of similar happened to me. Not really. And I told this on the podcast, so you probably heard it, but I was, Alex Tinsley. Am I on Patreon? Yes, I am. Patreon.com/StoriesWithSapphire. I was sleeping in the living room with my sister at my old place. We were both on there. We had two couches and we were both on separate ones. And in the middle of the night, I woke up and I had an eye mask, right? So I was like looking like this. And then I could see someone standing by the couch. And it was my sister's voice. And she was like, Sissy, I can't go to bed. Wake up. And then they were trying to wake me up. But then I was like so sleepy. So I just like went back to sleep. And then when I woke up in the morning, I like turned to my sister and I was like, did you wake up in the middle of the night? She's like, no. And I was like, oh my God, like, who was that? Who was that? What makes it even weirder is that like a week later, my cousin slept over. She slept on that couch. I slept on the other couch. And then she says she woke up in the middle of the night and her little tiny dog looked over at the bathroom. And then my cousin saw like a silhouette go in the bathroom. And my cousin's like, did you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? And I was like, no, I didn't. So there was something. That apartment was so weird. It wasn't weird in the beginning, but it got weird later. And I think because of my magic stuff, because I started doing a lot of stuff. Anyways, y'all ready for your card? All right, so we got the lion card like twice in a row. So either we really need to channel our lions or I don't know. I really want a different card this time. Okay. 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? Better not be lying. Collaborate. Oh, it's an ant. How cute is that? It's an ant. Okay, so I think collaborate. Ant is like teamwork, working together like little ants. Okay, what's the message of the ant? This card invokes themes of teamwork and cooperation. Many creatures work in harmony with one another to achieve their goals, be it the gathering of food, protecting themselves, or creating a home. This card may be telling you to accept help from others or encouraging you to ask for help when it's needed. You do not have to follow your path alone. The ant is an exceptional worker who labors in collaboration with a great many others of their kind. Together, ants create intricate nests and solve problems with feats of insect engineering. They create bridges or ladders from their own entwined bodies to pass obstacles. This card encourages you to work alongside others to achieve your aims or overcome your obstacles. The alchemical symbol for tin is pictured above the ant's form. Tin has been used in many alloys, from bronze to pewter, and serves as a protective plating for steel against rust. Much like the ant, it is a strong collaborative force. This card reminds you that there is strength in numbers and that in surrounding yourself with like-minded people, you may achieve great things. Cool. All right, so that's your message for the week. Work with other people. Don't be an island. Collaborate. Yeah, that's actually a good message for me. All right, y'all. This is... Oh my gosh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? That was the weirdest sound. Oh man, my tum-tum was just making some silly noises because I have the snacks I scarfed down before hopping on here. All right, y'all. Don't forget to work together, and thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye. Let's see if there's any new names. People who showed up. Miles Knife, Israel, Walter the Dog, Scrimbly the Third, Lee, Anupa Raghunath. Excuse me. I think those are all. Mika Styles. Those are the names. All right, cool. Have a great rest of your week, everyone.